Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Lighting the World with Truth. Today we have three young people who are Lasallian volunteers, and they'll explain what that means as we go on. And I'm pleased to have them here, all these young people, to explain their lives and their ambitions and their achievements and their goals and everything like that. So I will have them each introduce themselves, please. Jocelyn, why don't you go first?
Okay. Hi, I'm Jocelyn Thompson, and I am from Apple Valley, Minnesota. And yeah.
Hi everyone, my name is Jeff Lucia and I'm from Boston, Massachusetts.
Hi, I'm Kelly Neary and I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Very good. So now we have them from all parts of the United States, don't we? That's interesting. Okay, now my first question, because maybe our listeners don't understand, what is a Lasallian volunteer? I don't know whoever wants to answer that.
Yeah, sure, I can
Okay.
take a crack at it.
All right.
Alright, so the Lasallian Volunteers is, it started in 1989.
Wow.
It's part of the Christian Brothers, the organization, the Christian Brothers. So they started in 1989. It's a long-term service volunteer organization aimed at recruiting recent college graduates. So you can do either 1 or more years of service in a low-income, high-needs educational setting, whether it be elementary, middle, or high school. You can be classroom teacher, administrative position, do paperwork, librarian, you name it, whatever capacity they need you to fill. Like that's the job you're going to do in that setting.
Okay. They also do other things though too, don't they? Work with young kids who need attention that are not at necessarily school. Because there's some out east. They have some of the Lasallian volunteers. Can't remember the place, but they do other things too besides school.
Yeah, they also do social work.
Social
Yeah,
work.
that's the other.
Okay, that's okay. Very good. So now we know what an LV is. Now, why each one? People are probably wondering, why did you decide to become an LV in the first place? Anybody, Kelly, you want to start?
I guess I can start. I heard about the Lasallian volunteers. I attended Lasallian College, LaSalle University in Philadelphia, and my freshman year, an LV came and spoke to us. And it just really kind of related to my idea that I wanted to do something more with my education background besides going right into being a full-time teacher. I wanted to kind of do a little bit extra, go that little bit more with it. And that's why I kind of looked into the Lasallian volunteer program.
Very good. What about you, Jocelyn?
I was not an education major. I was actually a business major. And I heard of Lasallian Volunteers from a recent grad, and he came and talked to us. And I went to Lasallian College as well, St. Mary's, Winona, Minnesota. But anyways, he came and talked to me, and I really wanted to go to college actually for education, but I just decided to do business. So I thought this would be a great program to decide if I want to do education, going to school, and yeah.
Okay, so that's and what about you, Jeff?
Well, like Kelly, I also went to LaSalle University in Philadelphia, also majoring in education. But I never heard of the Lasallian Volunteers until about my junior year, where I had a few friends who were a year ahead of me, so they were seniors. And they're actually still in the program now. They obviously applied for it. They told me all about it. So when I was a senior, they said, you should definitely apply. So I did, and here we are, and I love it so far.
And here we are. Okay. All right, very good. Now, but the question is, why did you decide to come to Racine? Because, Jocelyn, this is your second year, no?
Yeah,
LV?
it is.
So, you were where?
I was in Portland, Oregon, at a high school, De La Salle High School.
Okay, so why did you decide to come here?
Our site actually closed down in Portland, Oregon, sadly. But then Lasallian Volunteers placed me here because I told Dylan, our director, that I really wanted to work with elementary students in middle school. So he placed me here.
Oh.
And it's close to my house, too.
And it's close, yeah, because you're from Minnesota.
Yeah.
Well, why did you come to Racine?
Well, when I was doing my application, I told the people at the office that I'm going to go wherever I'm needed. And, I don't mind traveling at all. Obviously, I traveled from Boston to Philadelphia to go to college, and I really want to explore, keep an open mind about things. So I said, wherever you need me, that's where I'll go. And they said, how about Wisconsin? I said, why not? Sounds fun.
Did you ever hear Wisconsin?
Oh yeah, sure, but
Oh,
not
okay.
Racine.
Oh, not Racine, no, that's not that well known. Okay,
Mhm.
and Kelly?
Very similar to Jeff, I decided when I filled out my application, I didn't pick like a location in the United States that I wanted to go, like a region. I was like, I'll go wherever they decide I'm suited. And when they called me, they gave me the description of my school first. I thought it was really cool. They were like, oh, like, telling me about John Paul II Academy. And I was really interested. And they're like, it's in Wisconsin, in Racine. And I was like, I don't know where that is. But okay, I will go.
Okay, she'll explain later, John Paul II Academy and then John 23rd, you'll hear that they have two different locations here. Be sure you bring that out, okay? So, now you're here. Are you sorry you came?
No.
No?
Not
Okay.
at all.
You haven't seen the winters yet, but that's okay. But you're from, oh no, yeah, you're all from cold weather, I mean, you all know,
Oh yeah.
sort
Yeah.
of. Okay, so now you're here, what do you hope to accomplish here, really?
Well, I guess we can start with kind of what we do. All right. So, so my job here, I work at the John 23rd Educational Center, which
And
is
what is that?
well, it's an after-school kind of tutoring program that we set up. This is actually like an alternative school during the day, but after the regular school day ends, it becomes a tutoring center for students from local middle and high schools in Racine. And so my job, I'm one of the high school supervisors. So I help supervise study hall. I also coordinate like college and career prep programs like every week. I'm working on a lot of that right now. And hopefully soon, in the next few weeks, I'll be heading out to local middle schools to be doing outreach programs for our middle school boys to help like build up their self-esteem, help them get acclimated to the middle school atmosphere, help them focus on their academics and their social life.
When you go, the schools that are around here, you go there, is that what you're saying, in the
Yes.
mornings or whatever?
Yes, during the school day.
Okay, and work with young boys on,
Mhm.
okay, good. And Kelly, now you're different though.
Yes.
I mean,
I have a very different schedule than Jeff and Jocelyn, and they remind me of that often. I am at John Paul II Academy, and I am there every day from 7 to 3. And I have two main roles. One of my roles is I am their technology assistant. So my big part is kind of they have 2 carts of Chromebooks. They have like about 60 Chromebooks, which are little laptops, and about 35 iPads. And I research apps, and I also help teachers implement the apps into the classroom. So like, for example, today I went in and first grade read a story, and then after we did a quiz, but instead of doing it on paper, we did it on the iPads. They got to look at it and touch the answers. And then lots of students also do their spelling on the iPads. They have headphones, and they practice their spelling on there. So one of my main roles is going to the classrooms with the technology all day, kind of pushing the carts around the school, interacting with the students in that way. And then my other main duty is I am recess monitor. So I
You're a
maintain
what?
recess monitor.
Okay.
So
all right.
I go out to recess 4 times a day, and I run kickball. I make sure none of the balls go over the fence. I am now football referee. I'm learning the rules every day,
Oh.
and I'm making up the rules for Foursquare as we go.
Now, Kelly, that's Academy, what grades are there?
John Paul II does from pre-K, so 4 years old, up into 8th grade, so
8th grade.
13 or 14, and then a lot of them transition into the high schools. But my role kind of ties into Jeff and Jocelyn, because many of our students come from John Paul II in the afternoon, and then they come to the tutoring center after school to do their homework.
Well, that's good, that's a good connection then, that you have with all those that are here. Okay, so now, you're all young people, and you told us what you want to accomplish here, and I hope there are young people listening, but what message, did you want to say something before?
No.
Oh, okay. What message would you like to share with all these young people who are looking for their mission in life? I mean, I forgot to say in the beginning, there's a quote from John Baptist de Lasallian, and it says, "You must also lead them to practice well all the good at which they are capable." And from what your descriptions are, this is what you're trying to do. So, but with the young people, your ages, that are listening to this, what would you like to tell them? Maybe they're looking for a mission in life too. Do you have some ideas you'd like to share with our listeners?
me, just dream big. I mean, there's so many possibilities out there, and especially I never dreamed of like moving my life to Portland, Oregon, and then back to Wisconsin, and then I don't know what I'm doing next. But I really think that just dreaming big and having really setting goals for yourself is key in life.
So you would encourage them to get their vision straight
Yes.
and start looking, dreaming, so to
Dreaming
speak.
big.
Okay, Jeff?
Sure. Well, something that I believe in a lot is surrounding yourself with people who make you feel good.
Mm.
You know, I know that in middle school and in high school it can be very confusing, very overwhelming. Your body and your mind are going through a lot of these different changes, and you're interacting with other people who are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you feel alone, you feel scared, you're not really sure what to do with your life. But it's the people who are around you, your family, your friends, your teachers, who get you through the day and help you see that you're able to do something, you're able to dream big and go after what you want to do. So I think that's essential, especially for young people in middle school and high school, to remember that, to surround yourself with people who build you up.
But those that are like your age, what would you, how would you encourage them to look for their mission in life, or how would they do it?
Just do what makes you happy. I think it's really that simple.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, just
what you love to do, you mean?
Yeah, and if right now you're not doing something that makes you happy, look for the good in it. I mean, no matter what job you do, there's always going to be something you like about it. You have to make the most of your situation, even if you don't like the situation that you're in. Because sometimes the cards that we're dealt aren't the ones that we want,
Yeah, exactly.
but we still have to play with them.
Good. Kelly?
I mean, I guess it's very similar to what they both Jeff and Jocelyn said. I think just always keep aspiring to do more. Like Jeff said, you might not always be totally happy with the situation that you're in now, but always aspire for more, always look for more options, look for the future. And definitely for young people our age, it's like, okay, you just graduated college or you're in college, like what are you going to do with the next step? What more can you do?
Okay, very good. I mean, you're all very, very inspiring, and I hope all the young people that and other people too that are listening will feel this energy that comes from these young people here, and you can certainly feel the energy, all right, in what they are doing. And so, my listeners, I hope that this has inspired you and help you. First of all, know what LVs are, and then secondly, to see how these young people have, aspirations in life. And so I would ask, I would just say, please, I would ask Jesus right now, in fact, to guide these volunteers to live the gospel, because you really are living the life of Jesus. What you're doing is living the gospel as Jesus would have. You're not just talking, you're doing. And I think this is extremely important. And I want to thank all three of you for your contributions today, and keep that energy and that hope and that vision in front of you as you go through the year. Okay? And so, my dears, listeners, I hope this has given you some idea of what these young people are about and who they are. And as we close our session, remember what I say. Remember, once you know the truth, you are responsible for it. Blessings on all of you.